Debonair. Okay.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And the build didn't even start yet. Y'all the realest ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. I don't know whose channel this is. Shout out to High Live. I see Initiation also too. Shout out to both. I don't know which is which. I have no idea. But Dr. Umar basically got on this channel, was talking about people that's emotionally damaged are usually overly sexually, they're very sexually promiscuous. And I will say that is the truth, man. I've seen people that's damaged. I've seen people that's that went through crazy traumatic experiences as a child, children, or whatever the case may be, growing up to be overly sexualized or overly sexual. You know, for me, in my case, I mean, I don't want to talk about me, but there were things that happened or things that I seen, things that I was a part of that I should not have been a part of when I was younger. And it kind of made me overly sexual throughout the years. And I guess that's probably why, you know, I have the high sexuality that I have now. But I agree. I haven't seen this video, number one, but I agree with his statement. Already, I agree with it. I agree with it. Being emotionally damaged, being emotionally traumatized, whatever the case may be, leads to other things. Case in point, me and, you know, my friends, my female friends. I have female friends that went through some crazy traumatic experiences growing up as young girls that happened to them, unfortunately, and then it made them be overly sexualized, you know, to say the least. But, you know, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. Let's get into the show.
Emotionally damaged people are always sexually promiscuous. Let me say this again. If you are traumatized, if you are emotionally damaged, you are promiscuous. And do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Emotionally traumatized people require constant validation from others. You married to a woman who's been traumatized, abuse, abandonment, whatever. When you're not around her for too many days, she has to entertain another man because her trauma dictates constant validation. And constant validation means I must have a man in my personal space. You ever date a woman who was crazy about you? She absolutely loved you, so you thought. It was really addiction.
Yeah.
When you finally let her go, when you finally got her to stop stalking you, she ended up with another man like that. And your ego took a hit. You said, wait a minute. I know that woman was crazy about me. Climbed in my window, came to my... You understand? She was...
I've said this so many damn times, ladies, you know, I mean, but men too, but ladies, I've seen this happen where a woman will be in a relationship for 5 years, 8 years with a damn dude, break up with him, and then the next day she already got a new boyfriend. I said, damn. You ain't gonna give yourself time to heal? You're not gonna sit back, reflect, understand where you are emotionally, spiritually, mentally, try to heal from whatever traumatic experience, or maybe there was no traumatic experience or no DB or anything in relation. Maybe it was just an ended situation. Cool. Still, step back, reflect, understand yourself, where you are, relearn what you want, relearn the things that you like to do. Because what tends to happen in relationships, and not to make it negative, but what tends to happen in relationships, a lot of the times we lose what makes us us. Because it's no longer about you or me. It's about us. The things we like to do, the things she necessarily likes, or the things he necessarily likes, or whatever the case may be. So back when you were single, you used to like to do ABC 1, 2, 3. You used to like to do this, that, and the third. You used to like to play cards. You used to like to skateboard, play basketball, go bike riding, go this, that, and the third. But the chick that you with or the dude that you with don't like to do any of those things. So you give up the eye for us, which tends to happen in a lot of relationships, right? You give up the eye for us. Well, damn, I used to love playing cards Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Now I can't no longer do that because she wants to go out to dinner. Okay, cool. I'm going to give up the eye for us. Thursday night, we're going to sit at home and watch TV together. Friday night, we're going to go out on a date together. Saturday night, we're going to go out and spend family quality time, whatever the case may be. You ain't played cards in years. You thinking back, God damn, man, I used to love playing. I used to love doing this. I used to love doing that. You lose yourself a lot of the times when you're in relationships. Whether you want to or not, you know, it is what it is. That's up for another day. But give yourself the amount of time, ample amount of time, to be able to fully detach yourself from someone. Ladies, I tell you all the time, especially because you're mainly emotional creatures, right? You develop an imprint. A man imprints himself on you, and it's very hard to detach yourself from said imprint. It's very, very hard. It's not that easy, especially if you're in a relationship with a dude for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years plus. I say this all the time, fellas, y'all pay attention, but ladies, I say this all the time, mainly because you have to be able to fully detach yourself from someone. It is impossible for you to fully detach yourself from a dude that you was dating for 5 years. I always say this, if you was dating a man for 5 years, you need to stay single at least half of the duration. I would say 30, 40%, but at least half of the duration that you were together. The longer y'all was together, the worse it gets. If you was with a man for 10 years, you may need to be single for at least 2.5, 3, 4 years prior to even thinking about getting into a relationship. These are the types of things that the conversations that we need to have with one another, not just about just black men or black women, whatever the case may be, but just men and women in general. You're using other people as a way to get over someone else. It's not healthy. And like Dr. Umar said, now you're developing a dependency on having human interaction. You should be able to go and do things by yourself. I love watching the Heat play. I love watching the Dolphins play. The average person like, yo, I can't watch it by myself. I have to go spend time. I have to go in a stadium full of people. I have to go in a bar where there's 100 people. No, bro. I'm going to have just as much fun sitting on my goddamn couch watching the Dolphins play alone by my damn self compared to being in a stadium full of 10,000, 100,000 goddamn people. I'm having the same amount of fun. But a lot of people cannot do that. I understand that we're social creatures by nature. I get all that. But at the same time, you have to be able to figure out who you are and be happy and content with being alone with yourself. First, if you're depressed or emotionally disturbed or whatever the case may be when you're alone and only feel quote unquote complete when you're around other people, that's an issue. But let's keep on.
She was crazy about your presence in her life. And the minute you distance yourself from her life, she found a replacement without a problem. Emotionally damaged people are promiscuous because they cannot go without constant validation.
They need that validation.
They need it. Most of our promiscuous women are damaged women. They're not having sex because they love having sex. They're having sex because they have learned this is the only way I can get a man's attention.
That's deep. That's deep. And because a lot of these types of things happens, right? With our little girls, our black girls, right? They feel some type of connection with having sex because a lot of them have been abused. A lot of them have been used. A lot of them have gone through whatever type of emotional traumatic damage or experience that makes them believe, okay, me having sex with a man is the only way that he's going to stay with him, or at least stay with me for that night. Me having his child is the only way he's going to stay in a relationship with me. A lot of their logic, it is skewed to a degree, I'm not going to lie. But it comes from a place of mental damage, a place of hurt, a place of emotional, like he said, emotional damage. So of course they cannot make the logical decision or the right decision when it comes to situations like that, which again, the reason why I say again, a lot of us need therapy. We need to seek help. What are we going to do? Where do we go from here? What are we going to do? Where are we going to go from here? Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson, man. I don't agree with him 100% of the times, but you know, in videos like this, yo, listen, this man has been spot on, man. I mean, straight headshots, straight up headshots, man. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. Please, 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 if you haven't, hit the subscribe button, man. Also, too, hit that bell so most awesome time upload notification will pop up and alert you. Also, too, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that share. I look forward to reading all your comments, if any. So until next time, please, man, I'm safe for